Dude. Dude.
What?
What do you mean what? What the fuck is that mask?
What's up with it? I said we were wearing costumes. You're wearing yours?
Dude, I'm wearing a whole fucking Freddy Krueger costume.
And I'm wearing a costume too. What's the problem?
You're wearing, I don't even know what that is. I don't know if that's a fucking, I don't know if it's a monkey or a fucking alien.
I'm an alien.
Dude, I got a
bro.
glove. I'm wearing a hat.
Nobody told you to wear that
This
nut
is like
ass glove.
$80.
You didn't even burn your face like I told you.
Dude, you were supposed to be Kane.
Hold up, you're hating on this mask. Hold on, bro. You kidding me?
Dude, you really look, you look like a
Hating.
fucking, you look like a GTA character. The fit, the fucking sweatpants, the polo, fucking. Dude, you really
Where'd
look
I
like a
cop
fucking.
this
You look
at?
like you're on
What's
GTA Online.
What's the clothes store? Where'd I cop this at?
Oh fuck. Dude, I'm wearing a whole fucking thing, dude. I look like an asshole.
You look good, dude. Honestly.
This is pretty comfy though.
Alright, yo,
This
but
is
now that
comfy.
you successfully killed my vibe, let me hit the fucking intro. Welcome to the No Limit Podcast, also known as the No Limit Podcast, here with two pretty ass white dudes. I'm looking like an alien today, but it's alright. What do we got on the docket for today, Danny?
So, I mean, we're just gonna talk about Halloween podcast. Pretty much like fucking Halloween characters, Halloween candy, whatever we want to fucking talk about. I don't know. We got ghost stories.
Alright,
We
Freddy
wanna start
Krueger,
with-
well, let's start off number
You
one.
killed my whole vibe with this whole fucking mask fiasco.
Halloween villains, who you got?
How
Number
much is
one.
to go into this?
Rank number one, Halloween villains.
I ain't going
who you
Freddy
got?
Krueger, I'll tell you that. Actually, I only saw the first Nightmare on Elm Street. I don't even seen Freddy's movies, so I can't really even, I can't give it to Freddy because I feel like his movies stink.
Yeah, I know his
This is a
backstory, but I
corny,
haven't
like-
seen the full films, really.
So Freddy Krueger's just like he's just like a fucking burnt dude. But doesn't he like kill children? Like, isn't that what he was
Yeah,
doing?
he kills them in their dreams.
Like,
like,
no,
they
before he
dream
got
about
burned,
him.
like, wasn't he like he killed children or something? Then he got burned and like then started killing people in their dreams, like teenagers. But I think he like killed like children.
He only gets his power from children's fear.
That's what it is.
He was a janitor in school or something.
But that's
Yeah,
what it is.
he was a
only gets
janitor at a school.
He only gets his power from fear.
Yeah, kids being scared of him.
Yeah, he's corny, dude. This sucks.
Who
he just
won
wears a
in
sweater.
Freddy vs. Jason in those movies? Who won?
There's only one movie.
Jason.
Did Jason win? Jason's the best one. That's the real answer. Friday the 13th is the best movies. I think. I think they're the best horror franchise, like slasher movies.
Yeah, okay, that's best movies. We can get into that later, but is Jason the best?
Yeah,
Villain.
bro. He's a fucking deformed idiot who wears a hockey mask.
Yeah, but is he like the most powerful, or you're just saying you like him the most? He's the coolest one.
Well, I want to say he don't have powers. But he kind of does because he's like indestructible and he's got super strength. But you can't kill Jason.
Where did this dude come from?
You can't kill Jason. Jason just drowned in a lake. He was just like he was a slow kid at the camp. I'm pretty sure he was slow. At the camp, he drowned. The counselors like neglected him, and his mom was like the cook on the camp, and she like killed all the kids. And then Jason, at the end of the first movie, she gets spoilers if you've never seen Friday the 13th Part 1. Sorry, it came out fucking 40 years ago. You had your chance. I'm waving this in the fucking air. I got my actual hand. But yeah, so she's the camp cook or whatever. The chick at the end kills her. She gets decapitated. I forget how she gets decapitated. But chick definitely kills her, gets away. Then the next movie is when Jason starts. He doesn't have a hockey mask yet. He wears like a fucking sack over his head. And he wears like overalls. And he has like a hut where he keeps his mom's severed head in like a ritual. And he's just like a big like... You don't know he's like crazy looking because he has a big sack on his head, so he just kills everybody. But at the end, they like take his thing off. Then they go back and he jumps through the window and he's like, his eyes like down here, his other eyes like up here. He's got like nasty ass red hair, his like face all deformed. And then over the other movies, he just gets like, he's like black by like episode 5.
All right, so you got Jason.
I got Jason 100%.
Jason, number one. I got a sleeper, bro. I got a sleeper for you.
Pinhead.
Underrated now. Leprechaun.
Dude, get the fuck out.
Who's
Yo,
fucking with Leprechaun?
Leprechaun's got just straight up powers. He can do anything he wants. Leprechaun movies are wild.
Them movies are great.
I've seen them all.
Leprechaun, Tales from the Crypt, Tales
Yeah.
from the Hood, whatever it is. fire.
He fucks people up in the movies. And they all laugh at him. That's the funny thing. Is like every person in the movies like laughs at him. Like,
Yeah.
the leprechaun. And he's like, and fucking just kills him. He always does that.
Why'd you do his laugh perfectly?
Because that's what he always does. I told
Yo,
you.
if you're looking to make a Leprechaun sequel, any bull's got the voiceover.
I'll do the voiceover, 100% free plug. But
Another little guy, Chucky.
Chucky's corny.
Corny?
Dude, he's a
Another one. I
doll.
know his backstory, but I haven't
Are
really
you
watched the
kidding me?
movies like that.
Like, are you kidding me? He's a doll. See, on one hand, you got Jason Voorhees. He's like a 6'5", like,
I
deformed
did see the original
zombie.
Chucky. The original one.
You didn't
from
see it?
way back. I did see it, and I actually enjoyed that one. Now that it's coming back to my memory, I enjoyed that movie. It was a good movie.
The movie's fine. I'm not saying that, but like Chucky is like an actual threat. He's this big, and he's weightless.
Well, in the first movie, it was like a real guy. There was something to do with like a real
Charles
guy.
Lee Ray.
Who
He's
was
like
like
on
a
the run
killer.
from the cops. They kill him in the toy store. Before they kill him in the toy store, he knows he's about to get killed. So he grabs the good guy doll off the shelves and does his ritual and puts his soul into the Chucky doll.
Oh, okay.
That's how it starts. The I'm dead, I'm the Miller, like we fucking said it all the time. And then Chucky always gets cock blocked at the end of the movie. He's trying to put his soul into the kid. Every movie ends like that. He's trying to put his soul into the kid. He starts doing the ritual. The sky starts going nuts with the thunder and lightning, and then he gets smoked. And at the last second he gets cock blocked.
Yeah.
Who else is there? There's fucking Chainsaw Massacre, Leatherface.
And that was apparently like a real guy, so.
That movie's actually
That's more
creepy, like, cause
scary.
that's got like the creepy situation, like you just like you're traveling out like through the country or whatever, find this like hobo ass like family, and then they're all like they got like skin lamps and shit, and they just kidnap you.
Yeah, another one. The original of that movie, I remember seeing it.
I just
Pretty
drank that
good.
right in front of them, like,
But after that, the sequels were not that great.
what, Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, dude, it's so
Nah.
hard to make a fucking horror movie sequel.
Oh, but you'll never
There's some good ones,
you'll
though.
never match my horniness being 8 years old in 2004 watching Jessica Biel in the Chainsaw Massacre remake though.
Nah, dude. Who was the chick in
Canceled.
X-Men? Mystique. When those X-Men movies were coming out when we were kids,
Bro, you think I was watching X-Men? You got me fucked up.
I was. X-Men movies were fire back when you were younger. The new ones all suck. Logan's a good ass movie, but they're not horror movies, so I don't want to talk about that.
Well, Logan was part of like the Marvel, right?
But it's like a one-off. It ain't like part of like the fucking cinematic universe. It's like
Oh, it's not.
Nah, it's a one-off they did that they put way more time and effort into. It seemed like, because that was actually a really good movie. I actually like
Yeah.
Marvel movies.
Was Logan about Wolverine or about his daughter?
No, Wolverine. Wolverine's like the overarching character in the whole movie, but like it's also about this group. Like, so they have like X-Men that they're like basically growing in a lab, and those kids want to break free because they're like just in a lab, and they're actual weapons of destruction. But the one chick, they cloned her, like the one little girl, they cloned her after Wolverine, so she's got the fucking claws, and she's strong as shit.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. And
And
it's
he
not
tries
his
to,
daughter
like-
though.
They might have like, I forget. It's not like his daughter, but they might have used his like. They used his DNA to somehow create her, so she's like basically his like blood. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure. I read the comic too, and I can fucking completely forget. But I digress.
X-Men, Wolverine, nothing to do with Halloween though.
I mean, superheroes. People fucking dress up as superheroes for Halloween. I guess
Is
that kind
that
of
is
counts.
that a thing? Like they say people like werewolves come out on Halloween, or is that
What?
like something else?
Werewolves.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What's
what
the
fuck
day
you're
they
talking-
say werewolves come out?
Full moon.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's like
full
every
moon has nothing to do with Halloween.
I mean, it does. Like, it's part of like this like fucking full moon. Ooh. Fucking like decorations.
Ma.
Yeah, but nah, Chucky's corny.
What about Michael Myers?
I fucking hate Michael Myers. I fucking hate Michael Myers.
Why? Because
The
it's a
first
William
one's good.
Shatner mask.
The first one's good, but yeah, it's just a dude with a mask, and he's kind of like Jason, where he just walks.
Oh, a dude with a mask.
Yeah, but Jason's cooler
What do you got against dudes in a mask?
because they fucking lie to their friends and tell them they're gonna get a full blown costume, so their friend's looking like an asshole, while he wears this shitty ass fucking GTA Online mask.
Hold up, yo, hold up. Go ahead.
Stop it. Yeah, Michael Myers. I can't stand Michael Myers. Cause what's the movie with Busta Rhymes? where he's killing, or Busta Rhymes is like dressed as Michael Myers, and they're like filming like a show about Michael Myers, and he makes it onto the set and starts killing. Like, I know Jason has Jason Goes to Manhattan, but like, that's your fault for watching that long. You know what I mean? You shouldn't have watched the 9th Jason movie.
Yeah.
The fuck were they gonna come up with then? Then he goes to space, Jason X. Bro, I think that movie's like in the year like 3,600.
And half the
so
people
Jason
watching
went
that
into
movie,
space, bro. He's definitely the best one.
and half the people watching that movie were only watching for the scene that they always put in it, where he inevitably kills somebody while they're getting fucked.
Or naked, just in general. She's
butt-ass
in the
naked.
shower.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's in every
I
single
remember,
movie.
like, I feel like my parents told me not to watch the movies for that reason. Thank God.
Nah, you ever like watch one of those movies when you're like real young with your mom and she like covers your eyes and you're like, no, let me see it.
Yeah, it's the absolute worst.
Every young bug's like trying to move the fucking hands. But yeah, I don't like Michael Myers. I think his movies are boring. I just think that whole story is boring. I don't care about Laurie Strode and all them. Do you see the remake, the new one, the new one?
Yeah, the newest one. No, I didn't see it, but like you said, they made way too many.
Dude,
of
she's
those
got
movies.
she's like Ted Nugent. She's got like a whole like hideout and like a bunker. Like, get the fuck out of here. She's got like shotguns. She's like using rifles. Like, fuck that movie. That's terrible. Like in the first one, she's like this like girl who's just running from her fucking deranged brother. Now she's like this like, she's like Rambo. It's fucking stupid.
I think that partially was because like they wanted
is
to
it?
portray like a strong female character, and Jamie Lee Curtis like
I get that, but
well
they went a little
represented
far
that.
with it. Like Laurie Strode's still a strong female character. Just she don't have to fucking have an arsenal.
Who's Laurie Strode? Am I thinking of the actress as well?
Well, her name's Jamie Lee Curtis, but Laurie Strode is the
Oh,
character from
okay.
Halloween. Yeah, my bad. I was calling her by the character name. But yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis, who I'm a big fan of. So free plug for Jamie Lee Curtis. Shout out to you.
She's in the movie Twister, which is not a Halloween movie, but that's a good movie.
One of the movies.
And a weird, it's like an experiential ride in Universal, I think. Twister. It's like a weird thing, but it's kind of cool. It's like you just walk through this little hallway and like wind is blowing and you're kind of getting wet. And that's it. It's not really a ride, but it's a little experience. I don't know. You ever
That
been to
sounds
Universal?
Yeah, I have actually. I like the Harry Potter world.
What do you like there?
Harry Potter world.
Harry Potter World?
Yeah.
Is that like brand new? Oh yeah, it is brand new.
It's newer.
Yeah, the last time I went, it was there. I don't like Harry Potter, but I went because
Really?
yeah, I don't watch
At all. When was the last time you seen them?
I haven't ever seen it.
Oh, well, that's why
I
I don't
watched
like
the
it.
first movie and I didn't
Dude,
like
Harry
it.
Potter. You guys like Harry Potter, right? Harry Potter was really good. It's like really good.
I watched the first movie and I didn't like it, so I never.
So
really watched
actually,
them.
like 3 years ago, I always thought, because I only seen the first 3 when they're like little kids. Then I thought it got like Twilight. Like I thought Harry Potter became like what Twilight is.
Yeah.
So that's why I never seen them. But then 3 years ago, I watched them all, and then I was like, oh, these are actually like the same thing as the first 3 movies. They're just getting older, but they're still just as good.
What-
I thought they got like corny, like emo, like weird.
What you said earlier about the Chucky movies, how every movie ends with his hand on a kid and he's trying to possess him,
Yeah.
but he just doesn't get there.
Yeah.
That's how I always felt about the Harry Potter movies. The vibe I got from them was that the movie starts, the good guys are introduced, at some point the bad guy gets introduced, they come in contact with each other, the bad guy doesn't lose. It's like there's really not a winner of the first battle. It's like kind of a grudge match situation for the next battle. And then at the end they like hold hands and say the same spell that they said in the middle of the movie, but now it works because it's like it's magic because we're holding hands.
Nah, Harry
That's
Potter.
the vibe I got from Harry Potter.
Harry Potter has the main villain from the first movie to the 8th movie. It's the same villain the whole way.
But like sometimes he's a snake.
Nah, like he's like, so the character's Voldemort, but they're like, he died and they're bringing him back to life. So he doesn't get fully formed until like the 4th movie. And then they have their big fight scene in the graveyard. But like he fights like people associated with Voldemort in some way. Like in the first movie, the teacher with the fucking head wrap, Voldemort is like growing out of the back of his head. Because they're using his body as like a fucking
Today, Junior!
whatever it's called. I can't find the word right now. It's escaping me. Host. They're using his body as a
okay.
host for Voldemort.
Yeah.
Then they see him. He's like a little baby. He's all like fucking bony and shit and weird looking. Then like I forget what they get, but they get something. I think it might be from Harry Potter. Like Harry Potter's hair or something. They get it and they put in like a fucking thing, and then Voldemort like becomes back. But Those movies are really good. You should watch them. But they aren't also Halloween. But I guess they kind of are. You can watch them for Halloween time. But that's another thing people dress up
what
as.
other time?
I
Like,
guess
what other
Halloween
time is there for them?
Halloween kind of shifted from being about things that are just terrifying to just like fandom of any type of like pop culture genre, like superheroes, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be fucking Freddy Krueger. That's like the classic fucking Halloween shit.
Yeah.
What do you think the best scary movie is?
The best scary movie that
Like,
I've ever seen.
What do you
Without-
think's
like,
actually scary?
Not with like a Halloween character.
No,
just-
let me
just-
ask you that again. Like, I want to word it differently. What movie actually like creeped you out? Like, what movie did you think was scary when you seen it?
All right, let me.
It could be a movie with
all
a
right,
fucking character.
answer to the
Oh, we got
first.
some action on here?
Answer to the first
Okay.
question. Answer to the first question. Best scary movie. A Quiet Place.
That's a terrible opinion.
And A Quiet Place 2 should have came out in September, but it didn't come out probably
You think
because
A
of COVID.
Quiet Place is the best scary movie ever?
Dude, that movie is
Wait,
fire. Recent that I watched
what are you
recently.
defining as scary movie? Because we're on two different fucking.
Anything. It doesn't
planets.
have, like I just said, it doesn't have to be like one with like a villain, like
No,
Chucky
that's a science
or Michael
fiction
Myers
thriller.
or something. It's just a movie that's scary. It could be like Insidious or movies like that, The Conjuring. Those movies are good, but honestly, I probably just said A Quiet Place because I do think it's a great movie, and it's probably the most recent scary movie that I watched. And I was interested in seeing A Quiet Place 2, but it didn't come out because of COVID.
I think if we're going like that, I think the best scary movie is Hereditary. Did you ever see Hereditary? You think it's Hereditary?
What is it
movie's-
about? I feel like I saw that.
So, it's about a family.
Jog my memory.
It's about it came out, I think, in 2017. Family, mom, dad, older son, younger daughter. Younger daughter has like an allergy, and like the son wants to go out, but he has to like watch her. So, long story short, she dies. Then the mom's like distraught over the whole movie, but it turns out the mom and her mom and like their family is part of this like cult, and she like kind of just like loses her mind and just steers completely into the cult, and then she's like basically possessed. It's a fucking great movie.
Honestly,
And the way it's shot, it's like, it's not like, if you watch a fucking horror, like Friday the 13th, it's a slasher movie. There's not that much thought put into it. Just like killed a fucking hot girl, killed the
Yeah.
jock, kill this person, kill that person. The one chick gets away. Every movie's the same thing.
yeah.
That movie's
Runs
like
away 16 minutes.
unique plot, fucking shot, like cinematographic out the ass, like.
Honestly,
that's
now that
a
you're
fucking word. I
saying
sound
that,
retarded.
and then I gave my own explanation of A Quiet Place, No Limit, I think I just like got nervous and said that because I don't think it's that great of a
That
movie.
movie's like a 6
but
out of
it
10.
is great, and I do want to see the second one. But
think the
now that
second
you
one would be
just
better.
said that, it made me think of a movie that I recently saw.
Wait, I don't mean to cut you off. Is A Quiet Place 2 a prequel? Does anybody know? I
No.
think it is.
No, it's gonna be like what happens after.
Really?
I think.
It's after.
It's a
Yeah.
sequel.
Sequel. Like it's gonna be what happens after the first one, not what happened before.
Okay. What were we going to say? What were we say? No, wait, what were we going to say about
So I saw a movie, and I can't remember the name of it, but you saying that thing about the other movie in a cult, made me think of it.
Midsummer.
No, not Midsummer.
I do wanna see Midsommar.
Midsummer
I
is
haven't
very
seen-
good,
I haven't seen
and
Midsommar.
Midsummer's like in a range of like I don't know if it's like
It's the same director as
a
Yeah.
scary movie
It's the same director as Hereditary.
or
psychological.
psychological thriller, right? But the one I saw, look up like movie about wife dies.
Oh, you're hurt. And if you're
And-
going to describe the whole fucking thing
Nah,
in the Google text.
Wife dies and the girlfriend is like a former member of like a cult.
Is it Follows?
No, so this
That
is
movie
what,
was good.
so this is
I
what
like The
happened.
Follows.
This is what happened in the movie. Maybe we won't figure out the title. Like, put it in the comments after
Yeah,
I
if you know,
explain it.
please
If you know
comment
it.
so we can figure this
Because I'll
out.
probably figure it out after this. But here's the plot of it. It was a great movie. So the husband and wife get divorced, and very early in the movie, they have 2 younger kids. The husband gets a girlfriend. That girlfriend, when she was younger, was in a cult that was like a suicidal cult led by this guy. And everyone in the cult killed themselves except for her. Now, I can't remember exactly, and I probably shouldn't tell you how she was, like, the only one not to kill herself, because I don't want to give away everything in the movie.
God, I feel like I've seen
But
this
that
movie.
was her backstory. Everyone in her cult killed herself except for her. Then she went to therapy and everything, and got with this guy who just divorced his wife and has 2 kids. So the 2 kids don't like her. Like, it's a pretty basic story of, like, 2 kids don't like the new stepmom. But they go into their dad's office, who's an author who writes books, and he's writing a book on the new girlfriend and her life that she lived, you know, going through the cult and being the only one who didn't kill herself. And now that they find all this out about her, they go on a trip to, like, this cabin that they have with the dad, the girlfriend, and the 2 kids. And the 2 kids start fucking with the stepmom.
I've never seen this movie.
They, like, start doing stuff to her to, like...
What is it called?
Lodge?
The Lodge? Is it called?
I've
Who's
never-
the
I've
main
never seen this.
characters? Read me the description. It might be it. It might be The Lodge.
Is it new?
Brand new.
2019.
Yeah, it's probably.
Read the description.
Alright, the plot. It's Laura Hall, separated from her husband Richard, commits suicide in the house.
Yeah, that's it.
Is
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, it's called The Lodge.
Commit suicide and then what?
And then, after he informs her of his plans to marry Grace Marshall, a woman he
Yep.
met while researching a book about an
That's it, The
extremist
Lodge.
Christian cult.
Yeah, The Lodge. That movie is good. I think it's on Netflix. I don't want to say any more about it. Like, I really could.
No, I'll
Because
spoil it. It's new.
all I'll say is the kids start fucking with the stepmom. That's all I'll say. But the details of it are,
You know
it's
a movie
it's
I really liked?
crazy. It's crazy good.
I really like Split. You see Split?
Yeah, Split's good.
Yeah, I like Split. That was like a good thriller movie.
Yeah, I was actually surprised. Split only got like 67 on Rotten Tomatoes. I
Really?
was expecting that to be at least like an 88.
Yeah, I thought that was really good. Did you like the other one, Glass?
I didn't watch the other one.
It was alright.
The
Split's better.
Glass was after Split.
Mm-hmm.
Unbreakable was before Split.
Unbreakable's great.
I do like Unbreakable. I didn't watch Glass.
Back to my first question though. What movie did any movies actually like scare you?
All right, no, I'm done with this.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're not, I'm done with it. I'm not gonna wear that hat.
Do any movie? Oh yeah, any
already
movie
wore it.
actually like literally scare me? I think when I was like a kid, I watched this movie with my dad called like 13 Ghosts, and I think it was like a terrible scary movie, but I just remember being terrified because I was like younger.
As a kid, I was
Just
scared
like
of
a
The
weird
Exorcist,
movie.
like terrified of The Exorcist, and terrified of The Sixth Sense. For some reason, I was really scared of The Sixth Sense. But did any scary movies ever terrify you as an adult, or like at least like creep you out? Like it don't have to like.
Yeah,
fucking-
like actually made you
You're still
think
gonna
for
sit
a
with the
second.
lights off,
Like,
I'm not
yeah,
saying that, but,
I'm
like-
nervous.
Yeah, like I'm like creeped the fuck out. Like I don't like this. Hereditary actually creeped me out. That's why I thought it was so good.
Trying to think of something like that for me.
But if you saw Hereditary, you would know why it like creeps you out. It's just a good movie.
Yeah, nothing's coming to my head right now that I can
The
think of.
Shining still creeps me out. You ever see The Shining?
I did see The Shining.
The Shining's
Yeah.
great.
The first time that I ever, it's not a scary movie, but the first time that I ever watched A Clockwork Orange,
That movie's
I don't
awesome.
know what happened, bro. Like, just the feeling you're describing to me of just being, like, weirded out. Like, I was watching it, and, like, midway through, I was like, I don't know if I should be watching this.
Yeah, it's like a movie that's just like this is just
Yeah,
too
like,
much.
I was just watching it, and I was just thinking, like, I don't think that this is going to be, like, beneficial to my mental state for, like, the near future to watch this.
Nah, sometimes you gotta put
And
your,
now going back and watching it, it just seems different. It seems like a regular movie.
wanna tag- I
But
wanna
the
make a shirt.
first time I ever put it on, I was like, I don't know if I should keep this on.
I want to make a shirt when we launch our merch, A Clockwork Orange, and then in front
No
of
Limit,
in the quotations. I don't think I should be watching this.
No Limit, I think, honestly, the first time I watched it was like 2 days after tripping acid. So that's
Yeah.
not good either.
Yeah,
I was
your
probably
mental
like
state
coming
was just
down
fucked.
just all like in my feelings like 2 days later, and putting on that movie was just not,
Yeah, you're already
not
feeling
the
terrible.
move. Imagine
it's
doing
awful.
it the day you did do acid or shrooms or something. Watching
Not
that for the
especially if you
first
don't know what
time.
it is.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, a Kubrick movie. Let me put it on.
You see the
You're
dude
like,
getting his eye held open, and
Yeah, that's
that's it for me.
I hate that because I hate shit with the eye. Like I hate anything that's to do with my eyes. It fucks me up. Like
Dry eyes are the worst.
yeah, it's a terrible scene. It's a really good movie though. Like based on like basically for the same things I said like about Hereditary, like cinematography and like, but Kubrick was fucking great with that shit. That's
Yeah.
why Shining's
One day
so
we
good,
can
and
have an
Full Metal
entire
Jacket's so
topic
good.
of just like Kubrick movies and just
100%.
talk about them.
I will save all the.
They're so good.
Yeah.
I don't know how many I've seen. I've seen a lot, and I've seen some of the ones that like people don't really go watch. He has one called Paths of Glory. It's actually like
We
a
should
war
watch
movie.
them. We should watch we should pick like 5, like the top 5, and just watch them and then
Yeah.
talk about them.
Yeah, but the one Paths of Glory is like a war movie. It's like not something you would think that Kubrick would make, and it's pretty
He was
good.
supposed to make a Napoleon movie, and he was like working on it for a while and doing some like mad research on Napoleon. And he was supposed to make a Napoleon movie, but he died.
Yeah.
It was like it's supposed to be like one of the greatest movies never made. I think Spielberg's actually like using his notes to make it.
Another movie like that, Orson Welles movie. It was weird. Like he was making the movie, and then same thing. Like he passed away or something, and
Like a
then they
classic
made
director.
the movie. Like they being like I don't know, like a studio or something. Like took his ideas and like finished it.
That's what they're doing.
And
with
it's on
Kubrick's.
Netflix right now. But it's weird. It's like the movie they made is partially the actual idea of the movie that Orson Welles had, and it's partially them just like telling the story of the idea that he had. It's weird. I don't know exactly like how to describe it, but like half of it is the filming of the actual like plot, and then half of it is like telling you about him coming up with the plot. I don't. Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
I think with Kubrick's, they're just like they're just straight up using his notes, and like Spielberg's just gonna make the movie that they thought he would have made.
Yeah, and that's how they finished Eyes Wide Shut too.
Yeah, which I
At
kind
a
of.
certain point,
Do you agree with
they
that?
say at a certain point in the movie, the editor changes because he died halfway through. Do I
Do
agree
you
with
think
what?
they should go and take? No, especially someone like Stanley Kubrick, who was like so like maniacal about his films. Do you think they should take his notes and then make his movie, or do you think it should just be left for like it was just his work and like it's disrespectful to take his work and make a profit off of it?
I don't know. And this
Because
is
he
a
had
weird
good
answer,
notes.
but I would have to see the notes, because if the notes are just straightforward instructions on how to make exactly what he wanted, then sure, go for it. But if his notes are like almost like an emptying of like his own thoughts and only stuff that he himself is going to understand, and like not everybody
'Cause-
is going to translate exactly what it says in his notes the way that he wants it to be seen on
Yeah.
screen, then I don't think that it should be touched.
There's no way they're never gonna make the movie that he would have wound up making. They're never gonna. It's
Yeah,
never gonna
obviously,
happen.
because he's not even going to make the movie. Even if he wrote word for word what the movie was going to be in his notes, he's not going to make exactly that on the screen.
No. I mean, he was just like a super like. I think he sent like Shelley Duvall like in the madness from The Shining, because he was just so.
Yeah, she was never
They
in
like
another
they
movie
like
or
filmed
something.
that like one scene like 200 times or something
Yeah,
in that movie. Never making it. Very good movie though.
that's another movie. Like, in the same way Clockwork Orange weirded me out, it also, when I watched it, it gave me a new appreciation for like film. It was like a movie that when I watched it, it was just like, this is something special.
Mhm.
And I thought that too when I watched The Shining. Like, The Shining didn't creep me out to the level Clockwork Orange did, but when I watched it, I was like, this is something different. This is like
Yeah.
extravagant. This is like no
You
limit.
can just tell by watching it. Just like when this is No Limit. When like Danny's on the tricycle and he's going through like the thing and he's like on carpet, then on the hardwood, on the carpet, on the hardwood. Just like to like think like that sounds like eerie and like it's got to be so like prominent in the movie. Like it's just shot really well. I really fuck with that movie.
Yeah. All right, so why don't we get to the last thing that we wanted to talk about? More
Wait,
of
do you
like
fuck with Halloween candy?
do I fuck with Halloween candy? Yeah, I guess. I mean, like,
Do you
I
eat candy?
like
I don't really eat candy.
I only eat. I like chocolate. I don't mind it, but I really only
I don't
eat
count
fruity
chocolate as candy. I'm talking about candy like Skittles,
Oh
Sweet
yeah,
Tarts.
that's me. I love Skittles, Spree.
Nah, that shit's actually
Don't like
nasty to
that?
me. I think it makes me sick. If I can fucking,
When you
I
eat
can
too
crush
much?
Snickers, Reese's. I can crush it all day.
Yeah, when you eat too much of anything, it kind of makes you sick.
But candy makes me sick like quick. Like if I have like a bag of Skittles, like midway through, I'll be like, "This is terrible." That's just how I am with candy. When
You
you're a
know-
kid, you're just a glutton.
You know, Marshawn Lynch would eat an entire pack of Skittles after every touchdown he scored in the NFL.
I
Like
didn't know
the
that.
whole pack. He's not eating like half. He would eat
And you
the
know, puts the whole
whole
pack in his mouth at one time.
260 calorie pack after he scored.
It's like chewing tobacco for him. He has fucking Skittles in his lip. There's a big wad of it.
Yeah.
That'd be classic. Marshawn Lynch was a fucking beast too.
When the
That's classic.
Seahawks re-signed him, he pulled up in like an Escalade or something, and his driver was driving, and he opened up the back door, and all these Skittles poured out. Like, he filled the whole truck with Skittles and like sat in it. And then when he opened the
Marshawn
door,
Lynch, he's actually a pretty funny athlete. He does like funny interviews and stuff.
Marshawn Lynch definitely a No Limit inspiration. He did like two kind of like, you know, contrasting things. Like, he was an NFL, you know, team guy, and has also his own like unique personality. He never like changed from being himself at all.
Nah, and if he was like, if there's any pressure on him to like become one with the team, like, he's like, fuck you.
Yep.
I'll go to the next team. And
Yeah. And the best thing about him was like you could never question any of his antics because he always showed up on the field.
plus, I think that there was bad blood between him and Pete Carroll a little bit on his part, because when they were in the Super Bowl and they were on the goal line and didn't use him once.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the best running back.
Well, they didn't get a chance to because they threw the ball and got intercepted.
But they had like 4 chances at fucking scoring on the goal line, and there's that fly, and they didn't give it to Marshawn once, and then they wound up throwing a fucking pick. You have the best running back for that fucking circumstance. You're on the goal line. You got Marshawn Lynch. Marshawn Lynch can blow through 5 guys. It's an easy 6 to win the Super Bowl. So I think Marshawn Lynch like kind of like always felt some type of way.
You
about
put
that.
Marshawn Lynch in at fullback on Madden 20, fullback dive on the 1, touchdown.
Every time.
Touchdown.
That little fucking switcher on gets the D line every time.
Touchdown. Automatic.
It's like Tom Brady with the 4th and 1.
All right, but Ghost though, real life scary shit.
Do you believe in ghosts?
I mean, I don't necessarily know if I like. It depends what you mean by like, do I believe in ghosts? I guess I do. I mean, I guess, but some stuff is just over the top with like people that, you know, do that like ghost hunting shit and all. Like,
Well,
I got
yeah,
a ghost story.
That's obviously fake.
I got a ghost story. And I guess, like, for me to tell the story, I gotta somewhat believe in ghosts. But it's like, I don't know in this story whether I saw a ghost or not, but this is a legitimate story that happened to me, and you're not gonna tell me any different, because it 100% did. When I lived in my old house, like a couple blocks from here, my room was the basement. I was probably like 13 years old, and I used to have a futon. So like a futon is like it's like a one big like mattress, but it can like fold up into like a couch thing. So I think I was sleeping on it like as a couch one night, and I was downstairs, and I remember waking up in the middle of the night vividly, like I was awake, and I looked toward the basement steps, and I could see like this shadowy looking figure sitting on the step. And for a second I was like tripping out, like, all right, am I like delirious right now? Can I see this
shadowy
thing?
Figure?
It literally looked like a silhouette of just like a person, like the same way you're sitting right now.
Like, was it a solid body, just black?
No, it was gray, because the whole room was pitch dark. It was the middle of the night. I'm in the basement. The lights are out.
So it looked like smoke.
Yeah, it looked like
So
a human made out of
so
like
if I was
smoke.
just made of smoke, just sitting on your step.
Yeah, just like that.
I'm calling
sitting
bullshit
there.
already. I'm already calling bullshit on this story.
But
Go on, I'm gonna hear you out. Maybe you'll change my mind.
But I'm saying, what are you calling bullshit on? Like, you think I just made this up?
Yeah, you didn't see that.
Whether it was actually there or not, is something you could call bullshit on, but you're not going to tell me I didn't see it. Then you're just saying that I'm making this story up completely.
Nah, yeah, so I should be saying, you're right, I should be saying that I called bullshit that it was actually there. You saw something, but whether or not your mind played a trick on you, or you thought you saw something.
And that's why I'm saying I don't know if I really believe in ghosts or not, but I'm just saying this 100% happened. Dude sitting on a step, and I'm staring, like, thinking I have to be tripping, like it's going to go away.
Yeah. And you're 13, so you're not on drugs, you're not drinking.
And the shadowy figure gets up off the step, and you're asking if it's in three dimensions.
And you're at the top of your basement steps.
No,
right?
I'm in my bed.
Oh, you're in your bed.
Yeah, and I look down the whole basement towards the steps, and I can see like a side profile, like I'm looking at him from behind, and like a side profile. And the shadow figure gets up, takes a step forward in order to like give himself enough room to turn toward me, takes a step forward from the step, turns toward me, and now it's facing me. It's like I don't see any like facial definition, it's still just like a gray blob, but I could tell that now I was looking at the front of it and not the back of it, and it kept moving more toward me. But what was weird about it is that I did not feel scared at all. I didn't feel any bit of like
Do you
fear.
think that was because you were in shock? Or do you think you were just so like, since you felt it was happening, you were like, am I really seeing that?
Yeah,
Like the whole time you're like, am I really seeing that?
The
Or
more
am I
that
not?
it moved, I kept thinking like, I gotta be tripping. Like, what is this? What is going on? But I wasn't getting scared. It's like I
And
came
this is
to
your
this
family home. You grew up there forever.
Yeah.
You never experienced
and
anything
there was
else?
never there was never nothing else. Gets up and like comes toward me, and as it gets like to a certain point, probably I would say half the distance between where it started and where I was, it just like faded. Like it just went like poof and just like dissipated.
So I just want to ask you real quick. Have you ever suffered from like sleep paralysis or anything?
Nah, like people that see like demons in a corner. No,
Yeah, but like
I've
they
never
can't
had
move
that.
and they're like stuck at the end of the bed, like the things at the end of the bed, and they're like, what the fuck is that?
No,
All
I've
right,
never
so
had that. And I could move. I was moving.
if
like,
that was real, what that would like lead me to believe is that there's spirits out there that are not evil, but haven't yet figured out how to transfer from one place to another. So like that could have just been someone who lived in the house before you, or somebody's grandpa that was literally just investigating what you were doing real quick, and you just caught him. But he was up to no harm. He was just fucking like, oh, what's going on over here? He's sleeping.
yeah.
Like think about how bored you are if you're a ghost. All you can do
Possibly.
is just like
But like you said about
Look
sleep
at us.
paralysis, I went from laying down, woke up, eyes open, and like sat up on my arm because I had to like look like this. Like I was moving. I was fully like awake and aware.
I wonder if in the same situation I would act as like, I guess not calm because you weren't calm because you were like, because you were actually tripping over it, but like
Yeah.
you didn't like freak out. You
Dude,
know what mean?
I told a kid, did you have a thing in your high school where like you had to like sleep over at the school? Like when you were a freshman? Like a freshman retreat or something?
At the school?
Yeah,
Where'd you
freshman
sleep, in the gym?
retreat. Nah, like the classrooms and shit. It was called freshman retreat, and like you just like bring a sleeping bag and you have a group, and it's just basically for you to like meet other kids in the school, and then you just like, I don't know, like you stay after school on a Friday, you like play basketball or do some type of activities, and then you just like chill in the room with like the other kids and like your leader, your supervisor that's like a teacher or something. But anyway,
I'll tell you what, I would have been pissed if I would have had to do that.
I told a kid that story
Yeah.
on this trip because he started talking to me about like ghosts or something. And I
They're
told
telling
him
their
that
friends so
story.
bad.
I told him that story, and this dude hits me with like, dude, that's your guardian angel. He was just watching over you. And I was like, all right, man. Like,
He just wanted to be your friend so
and
bad.
he told me some crazy story about like, he told me something about like his mom had some miscarriages, and like when he was born, he could remember before he was born his grandmom who had passed away saying to him like, it's not your time yet. And then he was telling me some crazy shit, and my story sounds like nothing compared to what he was telling me. And then he told me that it was my guardian angel getting up off the step and like looking over me.
Do you believe that?
I'd rather believe that than that it was like somebody's grandpa.
Just sitting like, oh yeah, Eddie's asleep. He's just always in your house, but like not around.
Like, yeah, he's
See,
like,
I
oh,
can't-
I'm caught. Disappear.
Wait, oh shit, is he looking at me?
Oh,
Nah,
he's awake?
I have no ghost stories, but like so many people have so many of them.
Yo, let me get a water.
That's why I don't know.
Where is it?
There's
The
one right
I
above your
had? Oh,
head.
shit. I was looking for mine, yeah.
No limit. What was I saying? Oh, so many people have ghost stories. So how is someone like me who's never had one gonna tell all these people they didn't experience that? Like,
Yeah.
even though I call bullshit on what you actually saw, like, at the end of the day, can I tell somebody who got thrown down like a flight of steps, or like somebody who like saw like something actual real? Like you saw like a shadowy figure. Some people see like a person.
Yeah. But like the thing you said about getting thrown down the steps, like I don't really believe in any of that.
Like Paranormal Activity, the movie Paranormal Activity, like, exactly like that. Like people have stories like that where they're like, I was
Yeah.
just brushing my teeth and like someone took that back on my head.
Yeah, I feel like
You know what I
that
mean?
that's probably like most of those stories I would bet that they're influenced by like other things. I really don't believe that ghosts are out there like pushing people over. Like that show Ghost Hunters, like one episode they went somewhere, it was like, yeah, of course the season finale a ghost pushes the dude over. Like just so happens to be like the big episode the dude gets pushed over.
Yeah,
like
that's-
come
that,
on now.
Now that's fake. Like they come in there with the big
Yeah.
The big
Like, tell me how the
and shit and
dudes, like,
microphones.
they're in there just being like, we just want to know if you're here. And then the one guy dives on the ground, and the other guy's like, whoa, you just hit my buddy. We're not here for that. Just tell us you're here. Give us a sign. No need to be hurtful. Like, shut up, bro.
Like, that
You're
is your
trying to get
sign.
your production
That
out.
is your sign. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, I'm here. Now get out.
Yeah, I know you see me on the heat waves. Now get the fuck out.
Yeah.
They come in there with the fucking heat indicators.
What'd you think when you found me on the heat sensor that, like...
You could just walk in
Yeah.
here and I wasn't have something to say? Nah, dude. Fuck that show. That's just exploitation. People just use their like place like, we're gonna go into
Yeah.
the Mitchell's house and see their ghost, and like, it's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
That's just exploitation. But I do think that places are haunted. Like, I bet you Gettysburg, if there's a place that's haunted, that place is haunted.
Wasn't
It's
that like
all
a
old.
battle? Like a military
Yeah, but
battle?
it was like just like a super deadly battle. Like, I want to say like 50,000 casualties. Like, just like a nuts number of people died. And it's like all old. Probably not much has changed around there. Like, people like building new stuff. They probably keep it like reserved.
Yeah.
So I could see like a place like that being haunted. But like, again, are you seeing a ghost like a person, or are you just seeing shadowy figures? I've never had any paranormal activity happen to me, but I do feel energy. I feel like you can walk into a house and be like, I don't like the vibe, and it's not
Yeah.
like the people are bad, it's the energy in the room is like something's off. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that way at my grandma's house, and I walk in, it's just my grandma sitting there, she's fine.
But you don't
But when I
like
go
the
upstairs
energy?
to the bathroom, I'm like,
Yeah. You just
my
feel
eyebrows
some
are
type
raised,
of
my
way.
hair's off my neck. I'm like, this is fucking
You
weird.
just feel some type of way.
Yeah.
That's what they say about my great-grandmom's house. They used to say that, like, the lady who lived there before, her name was Mary, and they would always say, oh, that's Mary, because, like, sometimes, like, doors would just shut upstairs.
Yeah, and I know what creeps me out
And
when
it's
people just
just like-
accept it.
Yeah, and it's just like, yeah.
That's Mary. She's shutting the doors. I'm like, you're in on it. Like, get the fuck out.
He's under the couch, like, pressing a button to shut the door.
Their house is just like a big Halloween attraction. Your phone's going off on the podcast, Dad?
Who is it?
Come on, dude. I'm professional.
Business only.
Hashtag NoLimitPodcast. Follow NoLimitEddie on Instagram. Follow _AnyBull_ on Instagram. Free plugs.
And if you don't, then what the fuck are you doing?
I agree with that.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good spot to wrap it up, though, now that you just outroed us like that.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Let's keep the content flowing.
So this
keep the
has
love
been the
going.
Halloween episode. Comment below who you think had a better costume. Don't forget.
If I lose
this
this contest, I'm really gonna get.
Don't forget. Don't forget.
Dude, do I gotta put this back on?
Don't
Look
forget
at
before
this.
you vote that my shit lit up.
I went all out. He got a fucking shitty ass little mess.
All right, everybody. Peace out. This is episode 2. We'll see you next week for episode 3.
Peace out.
Come here!